it met my standards. Like actually, it's like very big, it's very busy and stuff like that. And there's like, of course, the whole side of K-pop and then culture and stuff like that. Like it's just like a mix of things, but I really like it. It's met up to my standards.
It is very good. It's a lot better than I thought it would be because I was very worried coming here. This is my first time traveling abroad alone. First time in Asia too. First time on a plane alone. So it was a huge step from just like staying in my country and traveling with my mom to actually go here. But felt really safe the whole time and not as worried as I was in my country. So. Yeah, I just really like the people and the atmosphere here. So I'm really satisfied. There's a lot. I must say the big difference between Sweden and South Korea is just like the atmosphere and the people. We are very introverted. We don't talk. Not that I talk a lot here, but we don't. It's more awkward and quiet and gray. And I really feel like going around here, it's very colorful. People are very. Like people dress up, it's very pretty, everything. I feel like it's happy and like the activities and the karaoke rooms and stuff like that. It's just such a huge difference. I feel like so much here is based on like happiness and just feeling good. And it was strange, but it's great. It makes me happy.
I thought for me personally was my favorite activity that we did was the Seoul Tower. Because just seeing like we just kind of see a fragment of the city and stuff like that, and like the majority of the time we're in the subway getting to places, so we don't get to see like the beautifulness, I guess, of the city, especially at night and during somewhat the day. And so just being able to see that, and like for us it was like an emotional moment kind of, because we're like, wow, we met each other, we're here together and like experienced this city together. So I feel like that was a memory that I'll keep forever.
I agree with that. I think emotionally that is an experience that I will always cherish. We really had a moment like the view and just noticing how we were both here. We didn't think like you haven't even been outside America and Mexico. So
yeah.
And then we're here and we clicked really well, the view and everything. That was really good. And I also really love the Gyeongbok Palace because I got to learn about Korea. And like the history that I had no idea about, which is also the reason I wanted to come here because we don't learn a lot about South Korea. In Sweden, we have heard about North Korea. So when I told people like I'm from here, they didn't really know where I was going. So it was interesting learning about this place and the history.
I'm actually really happy that I met Nova because it's like, it's just, I never thought I would make a friend here. I was actually very afraid. And we met up because of our homestay. So yeah, that's how we were living together. And we were both afraid because we were like, oh, we might be the youngest, we might not make friends, it's like a big city. But like, after we got put into a group chat with our host dad and then it was us, we just like hit it off really quickly and we're like, okay, we're gonna do this together. We're the youngest one probably and we're gonna do it. And I don't regret like meeting her, like living with her. If I could do it again, this trip over again and live with her again, I love her. I literally love her. What about you?
I didn't know we were going to live with another person, so I was kind of worried, like I always am, about like shit. I'm gonna live like with a Korean family, and I'm gonna be taller than everyone and blonder than everyone, and still am though. But and then our host just told us like, oh, you're gonna live with this person, and I was like, that's great, and you're not like a middle-aged man, so I was like, that's also great. And I texted you first, and I was like, hi, is it cool if we text first? Because I was worried, and yeah, and it's been working really well. Like we matched each other really well, and like if I want to do something that you're not super into, you still go with me, and the same the other way around. So like, it's crazy that I really met what I feel is like a long life friend here. And I didn't think I would, but like this whole trip has been so much greater not having to do it alone. I was ready to do it, but like having to do it with someone I really feel comfortable with is amazing. It's probably the best thing about this trip. And I love it. The Lexis Korea was hard, still hard because I'm in beginner and my teacher only really speaks Korean and I'm a beginner so I don't speak Korean. So the first few days I was worried because I didn't get a lot and they asked me questions in Korean. I don't know. But the more I'm there, the more comfortable I feel. I have been able to practice the little Korean I know, and I'm more comfortable with reading out loud, and I really feel like I can go forward. And the teacher is really sweet. He always tells us not to apologize, because we really want to. And he's really sweet, and I like how fast paced it is because I really feel like I'm making effort quickly, even though it's a short amount of time. So I'm actually really satisfied with that, even though it's kind of stressful and scary. But
I guess I feel the same way because I'm also in beginner. I started the first week in Korean Foundation, but I had prior knowledge of how to read hangul and like at least know what I'm reading kind of, or like read fast enough. And so I leveled up to beginner, and that's when I thought I panicked. I really did. I was like, the teacher only speaks Korean. I feel like I'm just gonna not do good, but the teacher was very helpful. She helped me. She texts me and she's like, it's fine. She reassures me, and I feel like that's one thing that I do like about Lexis Korea is that it's small classes, and the teacher literally like she touches you in a different kind of way of like, I'm here to help you, and it's okay if you're not advancing as fast as other people, but like we're here to help you. That's it. I think first I want to talk about just being here. How studytrip has helped me is I feel like you guys really made me feel welcome and like understand certain things of like Korea, of like getting to know the culture. Like it's like when we went to the palace, one of the coordinators, Haley, was, even though we couldn't read and understand everything that was in Korean, she was able to tell us the story behind every single thing, and I thought that was very helpful. I think you guys made us feel more in touch and understand certain things. Like you give us facts and we understand that. Like we're like, okay, thank you for giving us that information, because that's one of the reasons why we're here, as well as to get to know the culture. So I think that's one thing that I appreciate about you guys and being here. I think it was pretty easy. Nathan was very helpful, answering all our questions, especially Nova, as she had many questions. But he reached out very easily and was easy to communicate with. Nothing was very confusing. It was like just scary knowing that I'm going to come to a different country, but as I progressed, it was very easy, especially with you guys. You're like, it's okay, hold on, you're good.
I think studytrip was an obvious choice for me because the first thing I saw the ad for it on Instagram, just be like, do you want to go to Korea? And I was like, yeah. And I checked out the website and all the activities, and then I sent an email to you, the whole thing, and just it was really long. It should have had parts or chapters. Like it was really long, just saying that I was small and scared and worried and was like, would this fit me? I was worried that it would be like a trip for people who are more like used to this, since it was new for me. So I was really scared, and I waited for Nathan's reply or yours or anyone's, and it came really quickly. It was like, yes, we'll help you through it. Like it was very sweet and felt really good, and it made my mom feel safe too. She was almost more worried than me for this trip. So just that, and I had a lot of stupid questions. It felt like sometimes I asked you if we start the day I arrived, which was a Sunday, and Nathan arrived really sweetly, no, we start on Monday, and stuff like that. So before, it felt really good felt like we had really good contact. Never felt like I was a burden or like, oh, she's dumb. Like it felt really good. And really very kind and very friendly all the time. And it felt the same like on the orientation, the first day. You were all really kind and you were joking about the T-money card. And even the scary things felt funny and friendly. And that's the one thing, like you said, on all the activities. Like you get information in an easy way. You don't really have to ask for a lot. It's like you know, like, oh, this is how much you can take. And it's very friendly towards people who aren't used to this, and like, which is very good. So I never felt like I came here and was like, oh, super odd. Like this is too much for me. It was very, very easy to get to. So I'm really, really happy about this.